Hi everybody, Kevin Weiss from bodyperformance.net. Today I just want to quickly show you a really cool exercise that I have used myself, I've used with online clients, I've used with in-person clients for a variety of reasons, and that's the one-leg deadlift. And a lot of people, when they see it, they think that maybe you're just doing it to be functional or something like that. That maybe is part of it, but what I like to use it for more than anything is teaching people how to deadlift properly, because people get pretty excited when they first start doing deadlifts because it's typically the exercise you're going to be able to use the most weight on, which is fine, but unfortunately people tend to look at the weight a little bit more than actually looking at their form. So the more the weight goes up, the worse the form gets, and next thing you know, you get hurt and you're never able to deadlift properly again, or you're scared of it. So if I can get somebody doing it properly with one leg, it's going to groove that form for them to do it with two legs, because the simple fact is, if you can't keep your form with one leg, you're not going to be able to stand up with the weight at all, or no weight. Like, you can start doing this exercise just with body weight. And I always tell people, try and go down. This is why I have this bar set up here. This is like in probably the lower third of my shin. So that's where I go down to when I'm doing it with only one leg. So when I come down, I'm trying to keep the same form as I'd be using with the actual bar to the same depth. So that's about here. Going here isn't going to help you because it's not the same form that you'd be using. What we're trying to do is get a carryover to your actual deadlift form. So if you're doing something completely different and letting yourself wobble around and touching your other foot down or falling into the bottom, none of these things are going to help you out when it comes to the two-leg deadlift, the regular deadlift. So if someone isn't able to do at least their own body weight correctly on one leg, they really don't have any business doing regular deadlifts, because they're not going to be doing them correctly there either. So what I usually like to start people with is just like a dowel, something like this, because what that does is it makes sure that the bar would be against your legs the same way a normal deadlift would be. Whereas if you just go with just your hands, well, you can do a lot of this type of stuff, and once again, it's not really mimicking the form that you're looking for. So this weighs next to nothing. I always recommend people start from the top, just because I feel like they can get themselves set better and the bar can be against their legs. Now from here, the bar is always lightly touching my legs as I go down, until I get to that bottom position, which would be about here. Now if I put both legs on the ground, this would be the same position I'd be deadlifting from normally. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the same range of motion and same form. If you need to lightly touch your one leg down, because when you first start doing these, you're going to lose your balance a little bit. That's normal. And one leg is always going to be better than the other. That's normal too. Just stick with it. If you start to lose your balance, what I say to people is, you're coming down and then you start to lose it, touch your foot down, regain your balance, pick your foot up, continue. What I see a lot of people do is they'll go coming down, start losing it, rush to the bottom, get halfway back up, they maybe lift their leg, and then they're doing something like that. That's a waste of time. Don't even bother doing that. So once you're able to do, you don't have to do a lot of reps, maybe 5 reps on each side with no weight, then you could move to like kettlebells or dumbbells or whatever. Same thing, just kind of, you want to keep that same range of motion as you'd have with the barbell. Probably right about there, and push. Full extension. If you have to touch your toe down lightly, do it, stop, continue. Up. I did a lot of these after I hurt my knee several years ago, and that really helped the rehab on the knee. And it's kind of a fun thing to do. I've had guys, I'd be training a couple guys at one time in my own space, and a couple of young competitive guys, and one day it was just something we were playing around with, and they ended up having a contest where let's see who can pull the most one-legged. And the rules were you had to keep your leg off the ground, and you had to be able to set yourself up in good form. So there was no crashing down with it and coming back up. They had to be able to lift one leg up, push their hips back, keep the bar touching all the way to the ground, and return to the top. So it's pretty fun. I don't remember how high they got that day, but it was actually pretty impressive how that competition made them perform. So this is just a fun little exercise that you can do, but it's also a great exercise to do to make sure that your deadlift form is good. And if you have any issues with one weak glute, 1 week hamstring, muscle imbalances of any kind, this will show them instantly. You cannot get away from doing proper form when you're doing it this way. It's also great if you're somewhere where you don't have much weight. Say you're in a hotel gym and maybe they have 20-pound dumbbells at the heaviest. Well, these are pretty good because believe it or not, 20-pound dumbbell on each hand is pretty humbling for most people that can deadlift probably well over 300 pounds. So hope this helps you out. Kevin from bodyperformance.net. I'll talk to you again soon.